How's everybody doing? Can everybody hear me okay? I hope everybody's doing well, and thank you guys also for taking the time to check out this wonderful event. Lots of good presenters and good material is going to be presented here today, so this is absolutely awesome. Great for the trading community. All right, guys, fantastic. I'll give you guys a second to look at our first slide here. Just a government required disclaimer that everything we discuss today is for educational and informational purposes only. I'm not giving you any direct advice to go right away and go buy any security or financial instrument for that matter. Any information that you receive today that you decide to act upon is basically done at your sole discretion after consulting with your licensed or certified professional. So we're gonna tell you today what we do here at Trading Makers, how do I trade in markets, in how you guys could benefit from what we do. You're gonna have to agree with me that trading, I don't think trading is hard. I think trading for consistency is terribly hard, right? So what we've done here, what I've done is I've spent many years studying the markets, trading the markets, trying to come up with the best way to do it. We all know if you've traded for a while and you've changed systems and you've changed coaches, we all know that there's no holy grail. We know that there's no perfect day. We know that there are no guarantees in trading. However, I do believe that consistent trading is possible. And today I would like to show you a system, a set of tools, and my rules of discipline where I can achieve my consistency every day. And I don't just, talk about it. I'm going to show you a track record. I'm going to show you my tools. I'm going to show you my system. And I'm going to make use of that wonderful headline in our subject today that says, stop guessing. Why do you need to stop guessing? Because if you can't stop guessing, then you cannot start trading. Okay? So unless you stop guessing and start following a set of rules, you cannot start trading consistently. All right? So thank you, folks, again. Sounds coming good. All right, wonderful. So really, I wanted to show you a couple of things. First, thank you, Rolly, for the kind introduction. I want to show you guys who I am. That's me on the screen. I'm Gerard Reynaud. Rolly just went over through my credentials. I've been very honored to have been featured. I've been featured as a trading expert on many of them. So feel free to explore my credentials further. I've been involved in trading futures and options for more than 10 years, close to 15 years now. And I've been teaching and coaching traders for over 5 years. Trader Makers is my company, and Trader Makers is currently on its 5th year, very successfully coaching traders of all levels to day trade and achieve consistency in the markets. That's what I do. And what I do is I coach and mentor traders only on a one-on-one basis, which is one of the things that I would like to talk to you about later towards the end of the program. We are going to be, like I said, we're going to be looking at charts. We're going to be looking at software. We're going to be looking at stuff real time. One of the things I'd like to do is I'm a guy that does things differently. Okay. So the first thing that you're going to notice is I don't have a PowerPoint. Okay. I am just going to jump from one page to the other, and then I'm going to show you my charts, and then we're going to stay on the charts. We're going to look at the tools. I'm going to show you entries. I'm going to show you exits. I'm going to show you signals. I'm going to show you tools, and I'm going to show you really what works. So I want you to think of me as the guy who does things differently, because I really believe that, I've come up with a way not only to trade, but to teach that has really changed people's lives and people's results. Okay. So I'm going to come back to this slide in a little bit. Let me go back to here. And let me show you some that it's very important for you guys to understand. Well, actually, I'm going to start with this slide right here. This is the title of our webinar today. Stop guessing and start trading consistently. If you guys have a piece of paper and a pen, you might want to write this down. And you know what? Let me get to know my audience a little better. Who's new to trading and who's new to futures? If you're new to it, type a 1. If you are somewhere, in an intermediate trader between 1 and 2, 3 years, type me a 2. And if you're an advanced trader, type me a 3. That'd be great. Just so I know who. Okay. Cool. Anybody else? Right, you're a 48? My goodness, I'd like to do business with you. All right, cool. All right, so mostly, okay, mostly 2s, a couple of 3s, some 1s. All right, well, here's some, if you guys are mostly 1s and 2s, some 3s, you have probably searched for a couple of systems. You have spent some time looking at webinars, presentations on the internet, on YouTube. You probably changed the system once or twice. You've probably gone through 1 or 2 mentors, 1 or 2 coaches, and still maybe can't put it all together. Am I right? Is that the case? Maybe a couple of systems, a couple of coaches, you've acquired some good experience, some good things. You're starting to see some good things happening, but the consistency is what it's starting to become a little harder to achieve. Yeah. Yes, Manny. Absolutely. You know what? You know how I know it? We've all been there. We've all been there. Okay. So here's what I've done. And hopefully today you're gonna be able to take this to your trading tomorrow and say, Gerard was right. This is how I need to start doing things here. So let's get started. The first thing that you guys need to know, and the way I'm going to do this is, I prepared this webinar based on not only how I teach and not only how I teach my program to my students, but every call that I take, every email that I reply to, most of the communications that I receive from aspiring traders is everybody comes with the same problems. Okay, so it's very common. So fortunately, there's a cure. Okay. So here's you're looking at it. If you guys have a piece of paper and a pen, go ahead and start taking some notes, because this is going to be some valuable stuff. You cannot trade consistently by guessing. Okay? We cannot guess the markets. Who would have guessed that Apple stock was going to bounce from 120 to 125 in just a couple of days, last few days? Who would have guessed that? Okay? Who would have guessed that, the Russell was going to be down yesterday? So stop guessing. Stop guessing. You're not gonna be able to trade if you continue to guess. So forget about the media. Forget about the fast money guys. Forget about Kramer. Nothing like watching CNBC for some fun after an exhaustive day of trading. But you just cannot act on your trading decisions based upon guessing. So the only way to start trading consistently is as follows. Unless you have an objective rule-based, let me say that again, an objective rule-based system that fires every single time that simple conditions are met, okay? And that system, let me make a parenthesis, has to be proven over time, not in a back testing environment, but in a live forward testing market environment. Jerry, what are you talking about? How is that done? Well, let me just very briefly go back to that previous slide, and I'm going to show you one of my biggest tools, which is also my biggest asset, not only as a trading coach, but as a trader. This is my record of timestamp trades blog. This blog is called followthehusky.blogspot.com. This is my official blog where I blogged my daily activity from my trading room. Now I'm going to tell you why this is not only my biggest tool, but also my biggest asset. First of all, this is my biggest tool because I can have a clear, concise track record of live market ongoing testing done on a daily basis. None of my record is done on a spreadsheet, on an email. I don't sell emails out saying, hey folks, We captured 20 points on the ES today. Now, spreadsheets, my record of trades goes back on a daily basis 5 years, folks. This trading record goes back 5 years, so feel free to explore it. What is good about this trading record is you can click on any of the images and it'll give you exactly all the trade setups from that particular day with P&L, entry and exit time, and entry and exit price. Now, this is my as a trader, but as a coach, because you could see where the trade setups actually happened in the market, in the chart, with detailed entries, exits, and P&Ls. Not just, hey folks, things are great here at the Trader Makers Room. We made 10 points today. We made 20 points yesterday. We are the kings of trading. No, every single trade day is blogged for your benefit and for your review. Good days and bad days too, because no trader wins 100% of the time. Okay? This is transparency, folks. Now, if you go back on this blog, if you click on older posts, you're going to be able to go as far as 5 years back. What you're going to see here is, despite of a losing date or two, what you're going to see on this blog is consistency. 80 to 90 days are the same amounts, the same everything, the same amounts, just about the same average number of trades, etc., etc. Sometimes we make target within the first 20 minutes of the day. Sometimes it takes a little longer. It doesn't matter. We work for targets. We work for profits. We have a game plan. And this blog is not only my biggest tool, but my biggest asset, because this is how you could really assess credibility. So let me go back here. Unless you have a system that it's proven over time, not back testing it, but on a live day-to-day basis, only then you can tell that something really does work, especially when it's done in a live trading room in front of participants. So folks, feel free to explore this. This is one of the most unique things that you're going to find out there in any trading education system and any trading. This is my blog of timestamp results. And if you know someone who blogs their activity from their trading room in this kind of fashion, with this kind of accuracy, and this kind of consistency, let me know who that is. I want to do business with that person. I'm serious. Okay? Follow the husky.blogspot.com. Go back as much as 5 years. Feel free. Knock yourself out. Let's go back here. So unless you have an objective, rule-based system proven over time on live markets, thank you, Theo, you're not going to be able to stop. You're not going to be able to start trading consistently. You know, hey Jerry, is that gonna break? Hey Jerry, how about that pullback? I don't know, man. It looks a little ugly. I don't know. I wish it would have been cleaner. I don't know. I wish I would have had that candle, you know, or I don't know. I wish it would have gone to that level because I would have been more comfortable. You know, all that, it's guessing. I'm going to show you the way to stop guessing and start trading consistently. We also need some tools, okay? We also need some tools. Software is necessary. I only use 3 primary indicators, and that give me one of the best signals that you can get, and I'm going to show them to you in a bit. And the next thing to really start trading consistently is to get some guidance. Trading is kind of like, you know, it's kind of like math. You know, you cannot learn math from a book. You cannot learn math from, you know, just watching a couple of videos. You need to grab that guy who's been doing it consistently and proficiently for the last 10 years and grab you by the hand. Otherwise, it's, you know, just concepts and, you know, more information and more information and more information. And folks, make no mistake, we all know that the wealth of information available on the internet is burying us all. We barely can keep up with email now, and now it's videos and presentations and this and that. So in order to be able to make use of what is more important and what is more significant, that's why we have this trading events for you guys, so that we can narrow it down to what really works. So let me just tell you to, let me take you to another slide right here. Let's talk about that system. We're going to talk about three things here: how to build that system, what to trade, and how to work a game plan. So this is how my system works. My system is a trend following system because we all retail traders can only benefit from following a trend. Now, the majority of traders think that they follow trends properly, but in reality, they don't 100%. Otherwise, everybody would be profitable and consistent. Okay? So the key thing is to be able to follow the trend accurately and consistently. Okay? Good. Now, how am I going to be able to do that? When we take a trade, do we know that's going to work? When you're ready to fire on that pullback or on that breakout, do you know if it's going to work? No, we don't know. And that's why I have such a hard time explaining. I used to have such a hard time explaining to my mom what it is that I do for a living, because she thought I was crazy. She's like, okay, so you're just putting your money there. You're just firing without knowing if you're going to win or not. She said, well, how's that different than gambling? We've been there. We'll know that. We're not gamblers. We're traders, as long as we follow a set of rules that put the odds in our favor. How do we put the odds in our favor? I'm going to show you how. The three things, the three keys to trading consistently. First of all is to follow price in a trend based on these three factors: price, volume, and momentum. This is how you follow a trend properly. These are the three fractal energies of the market that matters the most. Okay? So price, volume, and momentum. I want you guys to keep that in mind. Then we have well-identified rule-based markets, timeframes, and risk. Okay? Some of the markets we trade are the CL, the TF, and the GC. If you're new to futures, that's crude oil, mini Russell, and gold. Sometimes at our discretion, we trade other markets, or this is a good time to make the distinction and make the clarification that yes, my system works in any market, any time frame. We have students present and past trading other instruments like the ES, the YM, the NQ, the bonds, etc., etc. So yes, my system works in any time frame, any market. And then we have a well-identified rule-based game plan. We know what our odds are. We know what our risks are. We know what our targets are, what our max number of trades is in any given day, what our position size should be. All of that, it's built into a game plan, folks. Very simple to follow, that makes us produce this kind of consistent results on a daily basis that we can blog about. Okay? So let me go straight to my charts and show you exactly what it is that we do on a daily basis. You're looking at my charts. This is my set of tools. This is my set of indicators. And as you can see, it's a very clean chart. I have three indicators in place, and they're color coded for easy distinction. Now, why do I think that this is one of the best looking charts I've ever seen? It's simple. It's color coded to give you the direction of price, volume, and momentum. You can see the green or red candles. You can see the green or red backgrounds. You can see the green or red midband. And you can see some trading signals right here at the bottom, which I'm going to talk about this in a minute. Okay? So you're looking at a picture of today, 7/16, just an hour ago, of the TF 0915. This is the mini Russell. Now, I'm going to show you some, folks. Let me go back to this slide here, where I said the three most important fractal energies of the market are price, volume, and momentum. How do I know where my odds are in order for me to take a trade consistently? If you are not consistent in your trading, it's probably because your odds are inconsistent. So how can I make the best use of that wonderful mathematical certainty called odds in order to work for me? Well, let's start with the most simple definition. Follow these three forces: price, volume, and momentum. If you do that, you are going to be highly increasing your odds that you're going to be stepping up. You're going to be stepping into the right bus, in the right station, at the right time, so you can reach your destiny. Okay? And if you can do it, I don't know, 7, 8 out of 10 times, then you're golden. Let's stop here to make another distinction, folks. Nothing works 100% of the time in trading. Okay? So please, stop looking for the Holy Grail. Stop looking for, the ultimate perfection. Stop looking for, to become the ultimate trader that wins 10 out of 10. That's unrealistic. That's not going to happen. I'll tell you that. The best traders I know, the best in the business that I've come to know over the past 15 years, folks that manage accounts with too many zeros to disclose, they're only right, half of the time. Barely 6, 7 out of 10 times. That's a little bit of a higher winning ratio. Okay? So please, nothing works 100% of the time. Just change your mindset. But be at peace with your own self, knowing that even if you win 6 or 7 out of 10 times, over time you're going to come ahead if you do this right. Okay? So let's concentrate on price, volume, and momentum. Let's take a look at that on the chart. The way we've done it, folks, and I'm going to have to resume this here in the next 5 minutes because we have a time limit. But again, you're always welcome to call me. You're always welcome to visit my room. You're always welcome to, schedule a free phone consultation at any time with me. I'd love to talk to you. Right now, I'm just going to tell you in a nutshell, what is that the software that you're looking does. Every time that there's a green area, yeah, you guessed it right. Every time there's a green area, the indicators are giving you already a price bias, a volume bias, and a momentum bias to the upside. Every time there is a red area, these indicators are already giving you a price, volume, and momentum bias. So what does that mean? Well, it's very simple. Every time you see all these indicators in agreement, we have done the math for you guys. We've done the math. Every time that these areas of confluence are in agreement, your odds are significantly higher into any of the trade setups by means of going with the three fractal energies of the market altogether: price, volume, and momentum. So, Jerry, does that mean that you take your long right here when everything turns green? No. What I mean is, every time that everything is matching green, it's an area, it's an environment that it's fertile for your long trades to grow. Subsequently, every time that there's an area of green candles, a green background, a green midband, and some red signals in here, this is an area that it's fertile for your short trades to develop with high accuracy, with bigger odds. How well are the odds? Well, I'm going to say at least 70%. Jerry, Careful with those statements. Well, let's take a look. I want to introduce you guys to one of our most wonderful indicators here, right here down at the bottom. It's an add-on integration software indicator that some of you might have heard of. It's called Shark Indicators Bloodhound, which is a it's an add-on, a third-party add-on to the Trader Maker's methodology. One of the things that Bloodhound does is we have programmed our entire system, the system that we teach to our students, all our setups, all our entries, all our exits, our rules of money management, et cetera, it's already programmed into Bloodhound. Okay? And what this does is every time you see one of these green bars down here, that means that's a long trade. And every time you see one of the red ones, it's a short trade. Now, this is how exactly an objective rule-based signal system works. Every one of these is an indication to pull the trigger, Mr. Chang. Okay? Do you guys remember that ad? You don't remember that one? From E-Trade, pull the trigger, Mr. Chang. Every one of these is a pull the trigger, Jerry, pull the trigger. If you don't pull it, shame on you. Why? Because every one of these signals has been programmed to take into account price, volume, and momentum according to my rules of my trading system and my trading plan, based on specific trade setups in specific points in the chart. Now, when you come and work with me, you will learn every single setup, and I only teach 3 of them. 3 setups, that's all you need to achieve the kind of results that I showed you before. 3 setups, 3 trend following setups that taken consistently will lead you to this kind of results, folks. Now, I said, well, 70% of the time, do I think this works? Well, let's take a look. Let me eliminate these arrows from here. Let me quickly eliminate these arrows. Let's take a look. And again, this is we're looking at a picture from the mini Russell today, just an hour ago. Okay. Now, I had to stop my data because this takes a lot of CPU. So I don't want to mess with the presentation here and being locked out or anything like that. So, you know, I was afraid that could happen. So I had to stop my data, and I stopped it right at 12:30. So, but this is today. This is not last month. This is not last year. This is not 2 years ago. This is today. So you can see how this works in today's markets. Okay, that's very important. Let's take a look at the TF from 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock. That's a 2-hour span. Okay, now these are range bars. TJ, these are range bars. Okay, and these are 3 range bars. Now, each bar has 3 ticks within it. Okay, now for all the folks new to futures, each tick or each penny increment on the scale here to your right, these are futures. These are leveraged instruments. Each penny increment, it's $10. So if your trade goes from 71.0 to 71.5, one contract trade will yield you $50. Okay. So if you're new to futures, make sure you understand those concepts first. These are highly leveraged instruments and this is why professionals choose to day trade this type of instruments and this type of markets. They're highly volatile and they are highly leveraged. So one 10-tick trade will give you $100. 2 contracts will give you $200. How many of you folks could live with that? What if you could make $200 a day consistently? Because see, folks, I get a kick at when most traders that come to me, they say, Jerry, I want to make $1,000 a day. Yeah, that's great. We all want to make $1,000 a day. That'd be awesome. Okay. The one thing you need to understand is that it took me too many years to learn exactly how to make 100 consistently. So if you're willing to put some time into learning how to trade price, volume, and momentum, in a simple manner, with a simple set of rules and a good piece of software consistently, then maybe what I'm telling you to do is I want to encourage you to explore my program further. Now, let's see some results here. Let's see some results. We have from 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 signals. We have 9 signals. So in a period of 2 hours, we had 10 trades, 9 trades. That's fair. That's fair. It's enough to keep us active. Not too much that we're just, paying an enormous amount of commissions. It's pretty fair. It's pretty fair. You know what I like about this, folks? First and foremost, my system will keep, if you want to trade, my system will keep you trading. My system will not have you waiting 2 hours before your first setup. And that's something that I actually don't like for many reasons. You can call me anytime and I explain you why. That's beyond the scope of this webinar, but I'll tell you why. Okay? So again, this is a chart from 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time today, 7:16 on the mini Russell. Let's take a look at this. Let's go from the left. This is a long signal. Was that a good long? You bet that was a good long. Here's another long signal here. So if you were, in case you were not on the previous one, or you were flat, you're good to take it again. That was another good long. Okay, and remember, 10 ticks will yield you $100. So that is 10 ticks here and 10 ticks here. Right out of the gate, your first 2 trade, 2 winners, $200. Okay, let's take a look at the next one. Here's another long. Was that a good long? Well, that was a good long for maybe a half a target, or at least an area where you can make a decision if you want to keep the trade, if you want to use a stop management rule. But that was a signal that at least would have given you a half a target. Okay, so I'm not going to discount it. Then look at what happened. The momentum background starts turning red. What does that mean? The market now has a down bias. My first red signal shows up. That's a signal to go short. Was that a good short? That was a wonderful short. Then we're in a green environment. Price, volume, and momentum all rising together. What does that mean? That means that buzz, it's pulling into the station, carrying all longs. If I want to go in long, I could. Why? Consistently, confidently, because my rules are there. My signals are there. My system's telling me it's okay to go. All right, so I take a long. Now, let's take a look at this. This one did fail. No question about that. So I'm gonna put a circle on it. That one was a failure. The market did not have the energy to do what it was supposed to do, which is to come, retest, and continue with the trend. Okay, that's a failure. Remember, we cannot win them all. Then we have another short trade right here. That was a good trade. That was a good short. And we have another long. And this one I'm going to debate it. So I'm probably going to flag it. I'm going to say this one didn't work. And then we have 2 more shorts. Wonderful shorts. Wonderful shorts for complete targets, both of them. So folks, my point here is, let's take a look at how many signals, every signal that was spotted here by our Bloodhound indicator, according to the rules of entry and exit from trader makers based on price, volume, and momentum, every single signal was given and displayed in the chart for your benefit. If we had followed this exactly with no hesitation and no second guessing, because we don't need to second guess. We've put the best formula to work for us. Our job as traders is just to react to the market. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 signals within the last 2 hours. 9 signals where 2 of them didn't work. So we had 7 winners and 2 losers. All right, let's do the math. Give me a calculator here. Let's take a look. Why don't we divide 7 by 10, 7 by 9? And that's exactly 77% accuracy. Okay? So a few minutes ago I said, how good are your odds, Jerry? And I said, well, my statistical results on a live, ongoing live day-to-day market shows that my system does have a 70% of better statistical rate of success. And it's been proven not only by the charts, but by the results. It's easy to follow, easy to understand. The thing is, you have to have the right ingredients. You have to know how to mix them well. And then you just eat out and enjoy your soup. Now, you're going to say, well, Jerry, okay, you know, this could have been a coincidence. Let's go ahead and switch to a complete different market. Let's go and take a look at what crude oil would have done this morning. Okay? Same time frame. From 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock today. So let's switch markets. Now you know what I did. Now I want you to take a look at this chart. Really a wonderful thing. Look at how clean the chart is. And look at how well defined it is. Again, we've done the math for you guys. Everything red means that all the forces of the market are in agreement, in a bias that it's producing a fertile environment for short trades, in the same way that it happens when everything's green. This is a wonderful chart, folks. Now let's take a look at how our system would perform this morning. Okay, we have 1, 2. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have a cluster of 4 signals here. We have a cluster of 4 signals here on the same area. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right again, about 10 signals. Not too many, not too few either. Good. Why do I like this? I like this, folks, because if your system only gives you 1 or 2 signals, 1 or 2 trade setups per hour, you really can't play your odds. What if you have a loser and a winning trade? Well, then you're right at 50-50. So you're going to need that 3rd and 4th trade in order for you to play your odds. So I like a system that gives me enough opportunities within any given time frame so that my odds can play out, right? The casino don't play just one card. The casino keeps playing thousands of cards per minute, per tables, because only then the odds play out in the long term. Make sense? So that's something I really, really, really like about my system. I get it in any given hour. I get at least 5, 6 trade signals. Make sense? So let's count them out. That was a nice short. Beautiful short. Look at this long. Was that a good long based on this signal here? Was that a good long? No, that was not a good long. That was a terrific long. That was a fantastic long. One of these a day, folks. That's right there, 100, 200 bucks per contract. Now, let's talk about this cluster here. This cluster could give you 4 possible entries into this. If you took the first one, you could either pick a target and ignore any of the rest until you're out. If you're flat, you can be retaking the signal every single time. Every single time. Remember, this is a no guessing. Stop guessing. Follow the rules. Follow the entries. Fire. So no second guessing. So I'm going to take this as a cluster, and I'm going to call this. I'm going to call this 3-1 signal, because most likely, we probably would have been holding a trade in here. So I would have been ignoring these signals. In case you didn't, any of these signals was a good signals. they never got you stopped out. The market never reversed. So regardless of how you want to view this, the system was accurate. The signal was correct. It was a long signal based on strength, based on underlying strength in the market. The market never came back down and took you out. Okay, so however you want to take it, you want to take it as 3 positive signals or as a 1 signal. Let's just take it as a 1 signal here. So we have a short, we have a long, we have this long right here. That was a good trade. Then we have another one here for a breakout. That was a fantastic trade. We have another one here. Take a look at that signal, folks. Was that a good long? Was that a good signal long? No, it was not a good signal. It was a fantastic signal. Okay? And then we have another one over here. Now this could have given you half a target. Depending on how you money manage this, depending on how you manage your stop, etc., etc., it could have been a 1 target, it could have been a flat, it could have been a stop. Let's just mark this one as questionable. Let's give it the benefit of the doubt there. Okay? Next, look at what happened. Your tools are telling you, Jerry, market biased, market momentum is changing. Clouds are rolling in. It's getting a little darker. You might want to stop considering longs and considering shorts. Okay, very good. First short signal, right here. That was a beautiful short. Okay, second short signal. That one didn't work. Once again, folks, 9 executable trades, 2 losers, 77% accuracy, and enough to make your money during the day in just a short period of 2 hours. This is what we do every day in my room, and let me show you a picture from a room. This is how the room looks like. And this is the kind of transparency, cleanliness, and organization and accuracy that we have in our room, where our subscribers are happy traders because we follow our system based on 3 very simple rules of momentum. We use tools that don't make us guess anything. We don't guess anything. We act upon it. And that's the kind of trading that we do. Most importantly, don't forget, everything that we do every single day in the room is blocked for your review with entry and exit prices, entry and exit times, and P&Ls. So there's nothing to the imagination. As a student, this is very valuable. You can go back into the chart and say, okay, Jerry, that trade at 10:08, blah, okay, I see where it was. I see where you take it. There's the rule. There's the background. There's the midband. There's the price action. There's the signal. Boom, fire the trade. No question. There's no hesitation. But most importantly, folks, there's no smoke and mirrors here. Everything is very clearly displayed for your benefit. So if you guys want to try the room, please feel free to send us a request. We'd love to open the room for you. We'd love to answer your questions. We'd love to show you more. I think you should start by reviewing our blog, which again goes back 5 years, and we'll tell you exactly, how well this has performed over the past 5 years in a live, ongoing trading environment, not just a back test. And really, the bottom line, folks, is remember, day trade. And especially when you are, down 3 trades, down 4 trades, and let's say you're risking $100 per trade, and so you're down $500, $600. Really, I need you to be very honest with me. Tell me, how would you feel knowing that you're down $500-$600, knowing that every single trade you've taken has failed? You're probably thinking that, the gods of trading are completely against you, that the market is out there to get you. I understand it's a terrible feeling. Your head starts to hurt. You start getting headaches. You start getting cloudy vision. Now, I want to ask you this. How likely are you really to take that next trade, that next winning trade condition with razor sharp precision? How likely you are after you're facing a scenario like the one I just described? And I know the answer. The answer is probably the likeliness of that happening is 0. So you don't have to worry about that anymore. Give your trading a chance, folks, by getting into an objective rule-based system, which has been proven over time in the live markets. And if you see anything out there, like what I'm showing to you, please let me know about it. Please do. And your tools have to be clean. Your tools have to be, let me erase all my drawings in here so I can show you this again. And oops, sorry about that. Let me just clean the chart. Look at this chart. Your tools have to be clean. Simple signals, color coded, easy definition. A 3-year-old could spot color matching, green over green, red over red. That's it. So that is really the power of a rule-based system. Tools, and most importantly, folks, guidance. Let me take a minute to explain how my program works. My program is based on one-on-one coaching only. And all I do is one-on-one, just like we're doing it right now, over the screen and the phone. Every time a student comes to me, I do not send them a 300-page manual. Go ahead and watch them. See you tomorrow in the room. No. As a matter of fact, prior to any student coming full-time in the room with me, I coach them first. And again, if you find anybody out there who does that and teaches in that kind of fashion, with that kind of, with that kind of consistency, with that kind of meaningfulness, then let me know. I'd like to know. So again, before anybody comes into my room, they have to come fully prepared. The problem with the majority of trading rooms, folks, and forgive me for being so honest with you, let me make a distinction here. I don't mean to come across as rude to anybody. I just want to come across as serious, because I know that this is possible, but I know that it takes a lot of time. I know that it takes a lot of effort, and it's a long road. It's a long road. Let us make that road a little shorter for you. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be a given. We cannot guarantee your success. But what we can do for you is take you by the hand, teach you one-on-one, tell you what works, tell you what doesn't. And based on the results that you see, you can pretty much feel safer knowing that your emotions are not going to get in the way, that it's okay to lose a few trades, that it's okay to lose a few days, but overall, in the long term, you're going to win more often. So that's what we do here at Trade Makers. We've been doing it for 5 years. We've been featured on many websites. We are happy to be partners with Trading Pub, with Ninja Trader, with Shark Indicators, Trader Kingdom. And I hope that you guys like this. I think it's worth exploring it further. I do want to do something special. And for everybody who came to this webinar, I'm going to do 2 things. The first one is, if I'm going to give you a free indicator for your charts. if you are a NinjaTrader user, I'm going to give you a free NinjaTrader indicator for the charts just for attending this webinar. And all you need to do is drop me an email at info@tradermakers.com, or you can use our contact us form through our website, and on the subject line just put free indicator. Thank you, Jerry. The webinar was great. Whatever you want to say, just send us a blank email for indicator. We'll be happy to send it to you just for attending today. That's one of the things we're going to do to you. You're probably wondering what our course entails. I would like you to take a moment and go to tradermakers.com, go to our courses, read through it. This is what you're going to find. You're going to find in our course fully disclosed high probability setups for consistent daily income, how to determine market direction immediately, find the strongest turning points, easy to follow rules, effective rule-based signals. Let me say that again in Spanish. Objective rule-based signals. And a very, very strict money management techniques so that you work and we work with you towards achieving your profits. You're going to get weekly one-on-one personalized 60-minute coaching sessions for 6 weeks. After that, you come in the room. We prepare you. We prepare you for a live to go to live test. Our program is very comprehensive. I'll be happy to give you more information. That's the regular cost of our program. If you feel like exploring it further, I'd be more than happy to take your calls, take your emails, and most importantly, for your commitment and for your dedication and in appreciation of your time for being here on this webinar this afternoon, I will slash 10% of the price of the course for anyone that decides to join the program before the end of the week. So you can have it. I'm not going to say, you know, there's only one spot left. There's only 2 spots left. I'm going to give it till Sunday evening. Do your due diligence. See what's out there. Think for yourself. Look at the blog. Look at the results. I'm not going to say it ends tonight. No. No. I have spots to work who is a committed trader and someone that is committed to advancing their career. And I will be happy to slash 10% of the price of the course. And by the way, everything comes with the course. It's a one-time payment. One-time payment, never another charge. Everything comes in the price of the course. All the indicators, the coaching sessions, the room, everything comes in packaged in the price of the course. So there you have it, folks. I hope that you enjoyed the presentation. I don't know if it's okay to take any questions. I think I have just a few minutes left. Yana, Rola, is it okay to take some questions, or do we need to turn it over? We also have an FAQs page that you can read through it. Everything's explained there, and if it's not, you know, any other questions that you may have after that, you're free to let us know. Call me, email me. Be happy to schedule some time on the phone with you so I can answer your questions, review your specific situations, you know, talk about your trading, your career, what it's been, where it's going. Okay, so can I answer a few questions? Okay, great. Okay, all right. So I'm just going to take a minute to answer a couple of these, and then folks, again, feel free to contact me if you have any other ones. Okay, Brian. Yes, it's all in this FAQs page. I'll tell you the parameters and the ATM strategy and all that. It depends on the size of the chart and the type of chart that you're using. Our strategy uses 1-to-1 and 2-to-1 risk to reward with a slow turn with just a very few turnover size a number of trades. It's all in the FAQs page, and again, it depends on what type of instrument and what type of chart you use. Thank you, Theo. Thank you. Much appreciated. Thank you. Rob, much appreciated. Tony, yes, we cannot win every trade. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Tony. That's what we do. We want to show you real setups. We want to show you live market action, what works, what doesn't. And again, you are not going to win 100% of the time. You are not. You are not. Okay, so you gotta just be careful in understanding that this is not a 100% game. You're gonna lose some, you're gonna win some. The idea is that you win a little more often, and that you know what to do when you don't win. Okay. Most importantly, you need to know what to do when the trade setup's there, which is execute. No guessing. No guessing. No guessing. Okay. Richard. No. And please feel free to review the FAQs page. And the reason for that is that anybody who's looking for a trading room to come in and shadow trades is most likely going to find a disappointment. Okay. Shadow trading from something that you do not know what it is or you don't fully understand. It's only, I know the alarming failure rate on it. I do not advise it. No. So that's why my room only comes as part of the program, which, like I said, I coach you. I train you first before you even come into the room. Yes, Richard. Yes, Richard. Summer break is in effect. A lot of people are going out. And this is a historical time of low volume and low volatility. So yes, we're going to be up for the room is up for the next few weeks. We will be restarting activity soon. The information is on the blog. Thank you again, Theo. Rob, thank you very much. Let me see. And I guess that's all I have time for. But please, folks, but if I skip your question, I didn't mean to. I think this is just all the time it is. We got to respect the time limit. But I would love to answer any questions that you have for me. Send me an email, info@tradermakers.com. If you want to speak with me, I'll be happy to spend some time on the phone with you. Just feel free to call me or email me. Always love to hear from you. I hope I can help you in your trading. And once again, thank you so much to all the wonderful folks at our Trading Pub and everybody who came into this webinar. Had a lot of fun. I hope you guys had fun too. And thank you so much again. Happy trading to everybody. Happy summer. Happy trading. Thank you, guys. Rolly, Yana, take it over.